and maybe some LEGOMasters and maybe build something as well. So I hope you enjoy this broadcast. So stay tuned, and Manny will be joining us shortly as well. And I'm back, and we will just be here, and hopefully my camera's fine. Hopefully my speaker decides to work properly. I have an external speaker, and I got that. So anybody who's joining, hello, welcome back to the show, and thanks for tuning in. Don't forget, you can leave comments and ask questions as well. Manny is coming in. He is setting up some things. So I'm just waiting for him to get ready. He's trying to set up. He's almost ready. So he will be here shortly. And yep, I got a second screen there. It's pointing at my mess of a elevated city right now, but I wanted to show that on the second camera there. And you can see the windmill in the background, and there's some city buildings, which they're modules. One is I think the Sanctum Sanctorum, which I'm using the backside as the front with the pizza place next to the pool hall. And we get Al's there as well. And then my mock there as well, if you can see that on the end. It kind of looks like a Sesame Street house almost. So I have that as well. I might build something while I'm here. Oh, my little mini figure who's up in my hat fell. This is what we call Sig Figs. And this is a Sig Fig of me that I had printed a Red Sox shirt. And actually, let me use my little platform that I had yesterday. I found that if I want to show something easily, I put it on this little backdrop, and you can see it much easier. So that's my Sig Fig there. I'm sure now you don't want to focus tonight, but that's me with the Red Sox jersey. It's got my hat and my kind of facial with the beard and hair and everything. So let me bring that a little bit better. That could be why. Get some more light in there on the camera. I put a cell phone up on the stand just so we could have that second shot, and I'll probably maybe bring that down and show some other stuff. Maybe if I'm working on something on the table here, we can do that as well. Kind of cramped the way I have it set up right now, but that's okay. Just see if he's ready or not. If he needs a link to get in. I'll see you in a second. Standing by, I'm calling him. Here we go. So anybody in the chat? There's nobody. There's a few people watching, and I was thinking of building, and I'm only on tonight from about 7 till 8. And I was thinking of building one of the LEGO idea sets, which is the ship in a bottle, because I think it would fit well in a room in the house that has kind of a beach theme. So I might start that, but I really like these pieces that they put in here. And I wanted to maybe get some more of these sets, because some of the pieces in here are great. And this is one of them. These would be great for some other types of sets, maybe some space like enclosures, maybe for aquarium type stuff. There's several of those, and it's a large piece, nice big Lego piece. And there looks to be 4 of them to form the bottle, as well as several bags, and then lots of these translucent light blue pieces to make water. Looking for bag 1. There we go, bag 1. She's probably building the internal or the stand of the ship in a bottle. So I have that while I'm talking to you. Build a little bit. And see if anybody shows up to want to ask questions. And then I'm heading outside to the fire pit. We got the fire pit going. Social distance. Some people stop by and to keep our distance from each other, but I thought it would be nice. It is chilly again. It's always chilly down here until it actually finally warms up, whenever that may be. And then in New England, it has not warmed up yet. So let me get these pieces out. Baby Yoda is on set. He's not on cam right now, though. Yesterday he was on cam holding some of the minifigs that I opened from the collectible minifigure series. So he is always in the studio. He's still holding them. He's over there right now holding minifigs. And I'm opening up the Lego Ideas book and I'm going to attempt to build this in this little cramped space I get right now because I haven't moved things. It's a mess again, as usual. And if you want to see more of the table, I need to fix that for you. Whoa. Yeah, pull that back because you can't see much of it right now. Don't have my cameraman. And if nobody drops in live, you can watch this later and take a look at the build and the chat and leave a comment. Tell us what tell me what you think. Mark Sabio, Saturday it's warm up. That would be great. I can't wait for it to warm up. I'm done with the winter and the cold spring because it does not feel like spring. It feels like the beginning of winter or fall or I don't know. It does not feel warm. Oh, it looks like I have Manny coming into the chat. There he is. I got to bring him into the stream. See how this comes in. There he is.
Wow, what's up, brother? What's going on? How's everybody doing?
How are you?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
Not bad. Just trying to stay warm in the studio. It's cold.
Okay. Yeah, I hear that. Yeah. Where you located at?
I'm in Rhode Island.
You're in Rhode Island. Okay. Well, I'm here in Pennsylvania. So, I mean, we're suffering the same, Eastern Coast, cold. But thank you for having me, Brian. Thank you. What's up, my man? I like that hat, too.
Thanks.
Don't get close to my dad. My dad will beat you for that hat.
I keep it tight. I keep it close to me. So
good. Yeah, cool hat. What you working on?
I decided to open up the Lego Ideas ship in a bottle.
Okay. All right.
While I was sitting here, I figured I would have something to be building. Yesterday, I was doing the I finally put together the collectible minifigure series 19 and 20. I hadn't even opened 19.
Oh man.
And so I noticed the thing you posted today with the girl from the one with the purple hair.
The gardener, yeah.
Yeah, the gardener, yeah. So I hadn't even seen it yet.
I got her for the flamingo. I mean, I thought that was like an excellent, Lego element, so that was like no brainer. I got her. I'm actually digging the new series, the ones that they came out this year. Real cool part elements, and it just gives a good story.
Yeah.
I'm real big on that. Like they asked me where do I draw, ideas and inspiration and stuff like that, and I'm like, you know what, minifigs. Those are the characters that best suit studs, right? So
yeah. Yep.
I know we discussed sorting, and you know what? I just got this Lego.
What's that?
Yeah, it's like a storage container box. I bought it online, and yeah, it's just for storing. I mean, let me open this thing up, and it actually has like sorting trays and stuff like that.
Yeah,
which is real cool. And then like the more bottom you go, the trays get bigger.
Oh, that's cool.
So yeah, like I got these, plastic ones, so I'm like real tired of that. So I figured, I get this and see if we do some sorting tonight.
I have so much sorting to do. It's like I come down here with the intentions to sort, and then I get discouraged. And
yeah, I feel that, and I'm guessing and assuming the reason you get discouraged is like the space, because I'm here trying to figure out like where am I gonna put these pieces at.
Yeah, it's that, and it's like, so I have certain pieces where it's easy to like, okay, I know where these 1x2s go, or I have like this here. You can see this one has like masonry bricks.
Okay.
So tons and tons of mason. But there's other ones that like, what do I do with these weird slope pieces, or these like end up like when you get pieces like this sail piece, or what I don't know what to do with stuff like.
Yeah.
And I have tons of those cases. I have 50, 80, 90 of those cases, so I can sort tons of different ways.
I think we all agree with what Mark said. We all have like this one box of like straight cool pieces. It's like the cool elements. Like that's actually what I have here. I usually do that. Getting back to what I said about the minifigs. With Lego, you have to draw that sort of like motivation, like you just have to find it in you to not only build but like create and just imagine and try to, do all that. So I usually use minifigures and like certain elements, for like drawing inspiration and stuff. Yeah.
I've been looking at, like I was saying, like people. When I was mentioning it yesterday. It was nice parts use when you use something like a hairpiece for something, else, like like coral under the water, or just gets
Yeah.
funny ideas with some of these pieces.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, it took after the show, to be honest, for me to really understand and grasp the concept of like sorting and having, like parts and elements, just organize. It just makes, builds more quicker, more, organized. I would say, all Lego masters, have their pieces, sorted.
Yeah.
It just sucks, you have to go through Lego masters to figure that out. It's like, and then they have everything sorted for you. It's like 3 million pieces, and it's like, okay, the plates are here, the 2x4s are here. You have 2x4 blocks, and like the islands and stuff like that. But when you come back home and it's like you open up your briefcase or you open up your Lego drawer, and it's like, man, I have all these pieces here. I have like so many ideas, but I guess we all get lost. Every single Lego enthusiast or fanatic, we get lost in the pieces.
Yeah, and
I think Aaron said it best. He was like, this is the best thing about Lego is that figuring it out as you go. But true masters, have their pieces organized. Yeah,
and that's what makes me like. If I come down here and most of my stuff I need, I can find in a bin really easily, then it's so much better. I can, I need a couple of these, let me grab them. I know where they are. So the stuff that I do have sorted, it's so much more helpful.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So I basically have like this one box. I carry it everywhere because it's just like those certain elements that I draw the inspiration from. Like, with Lego, it's like I wish I could do this, full time, but not right now. But I just constantly am trying to draw that inspiration because it's like, I'm constantly thinking about the bricks. I'm always thinking about, what to build or what we could, create and stuff like that. But again, Brian, the sorting process is just important. It really is. And again, it brings me back to this like suitcase that I bought. Hopefully, I could get more sorting done. With this little box. I mean, this box is like a shoebox. But let's see what pieces, what cool pieces we could draw out. The cool pieces.
Yeah, some of mine. Yeah. My favorite, like you said, one of them is the animals, like the flamingo and the lobsters and the chameleon is another one that I picked up like 10 of them because I want to put those. And the new turtle, the diver. Oh yeah, that new turtle. Also there's a Manta Ray, a new Manta Ray coming out in the summer sets.
I think those certain pieces, certain elements, man, it's like you could just do a lot. You could just do a lot. It's funny because it's like, man, the waterfall that I just got done doing. I people ask me, like, where did you come up with the idea? And I'm like, well, it only took like 2 elements. I had a client. He got me that new Iron Man figure.
Oh, that's what those blue parts are from.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm actually here building this, Iron Man, and I'm taking a look at these elements, and I'm like, well, thank you, Lego, for creating these awesome pieces, and thank you for introducing them in the Iron Man set. But individually, you just start finding like the niche or how you can make it work. So I did that waterfall, and long story short, to think that I was just thinking about 2 elements, it took like over 300 pieces for me to create the waterfall.
Hold on one sec. Hello? Hold on. I lost my speaker.
I'm here if you can still hear me.
Where'd we go? For some reason, what happened here? Well, you can hear me right now. Hold on. I'm trying to get the sound back. Something happened.
Yeah, I can hear you.
See if it wants to behave now. I can hear you now.
Okay. All right.
That was odd.
Am I too loud? How do I sound?
You sound fine.
All right.
Yeah, I might have to plug in the speaker. It goes to sleep if it's not powered for some silly reason, which is annoying.
I'm over here like, why is my cell phone on? Not charging. Okay, there we go.
So you were talking about you mentioned in our when we were talking yesterday about you have a new Lego tattoo, or it's an existing one you were talking about?
Oh yeah, well I noticed yours and I'm like, oh my god, that was cool. I was like, I gotta just ask, but that's a cool piece that you have. That Thor, no, sorry, Thanos,
Yeah.
Yeah, amazing piece. And yeah, I mean, I have one that just goes with the watch. Let me see.
Whoa.
But yes. Thank you. Yeah, I saw the tattoo and I'm like, you know what? I just had to ask.
Yeah, I got so that I have several. That one was so all the tattoos I have are they're all because of me and family. So the first one I got, I actually put them in here so I could show them because I don't think you've seen the other ones, but this is one. That's my first tattoo.
Nice. That is nice.
That was done by, why is it doing that? That is done, well, it was drawn for me by a friend of mine who used to draw for Lego he did their coloring books.
Oh, wow.
And my son was 18, he passed away, and I had that one designed for him.
Okay, nice.
He was a big, he worked at Dunkin' Donuts, and he was a big Deadpool fan. And
okay.
That's why he's a gamer, which is why I got the PlayStation controller.
Nice, I see that. I like the Dunkin' Donuts cup. Oh my god, I actually have that in Lego. That's awesome. I like that.
Do you? So that was the first one. So it was for family. Then I got an octopus, but the one you saw, which is this.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
So
oh my god,
you'll like the story on this one. Is my wife's maiden name is Thanos.
Really? Wow.
Yes. And then the
stuff you can't even make up.
And the Harley Quinn is for my my daughter, which was my son's girlfriend. We adopted her. She's kind of got that sassy attitude with the That's why.
I saw that tattoo and I'm like, you know what? I had to ask. I was gonna send you a message, on it. Awesome tattoo. My story with tattoos. Well, yeah. Again, I don't want to knock my cell phone down, but I have this tattoo right here, which is just some Lego bricks. I don't know if you can see it. But story on my tattoos. I actually got my first tattoo 4 years ago.
Same time, 4 years for me too.
Yeah, and I'm 36. I'm turning 37 this year, and I was a late bloomer when it came to the tattoos. I got my first tattoo at 33, and I guess I haven't stopped. I only have one Lego tattoo. Yeah, these bricks. But I am thinking about doing like another piece. I'm not too sure what. I was actually thinking about. I saw that Harley, and not for nothing, I was actually thinking about doing a Joker minifigure Lego.
Nice.
Yeah, because I do have a Harley. You know what? I do have a Harley.
Yeah.
So I was actually thinking about doing like a Lego minifig like next to her.
My tattoo artist, he loves doing Lego. We have a hello from Cassie. Cassie Ray says hi.
Hi, Cassie.
Hello, Cassie. I don't know if you're still watching, but I just saw the comment that was on the other screen. So this is the sleeve, my sleeve, which I don't know if you've seen it, but it's Lego Michelangelo and Gizmo.
Wow.
Gizmo, and then we have E.T. Well, it's hard to show them all here, but there's Marty McFly.
And they're in Lego. Wow.
Oh
man, that's so sweet.
And there's E.T. and Beetlejuice.
Oh man, that's so sweet. Now,
So
question: Do you have them in minifig though?
I do have them all in minifigs, yes.
Good, good, yes.
And they all exist in minifig form. So it's the other thing is that every one of those, because of Lego Dimensions, is where I had a lot of those
I know,
ideas.
right? Thank God for Lego Dimensions. I mean,
Here's the ET close up
yeah.
of the ET.
Oh, nice, nice.
And then I had the other one. I don't know. I don't have a full because I have one little section on the sleeve left to be done. I don't have a. Here's Gizmo, but it's not. That's not also finished in that either.
Oh man, that's so sweet. Wow.
Yeah,
I love
and
the color.
He shoot it. Yeah, and he has a lot of blue around him now to like pop out that orange.
Yeah, I like that. So how many minifig tattoos you got then?
On my arms, there's 5.
5. Okay.
Beetlejuice is a really cool, and I wish you could see it. Behind Beetlejuice is the worm from Beetlejuice. I can't get it in the shot. It's the creepy worm. I can't show it. I have to get a picture of it.
Okay.
But if you remember the movie, there's that kind of sandworm thing that eats. I don't know. It's this creepy looking worm with like 2 heads.
I do remember. Yeah.
So
yeah. So you actually got that tatted too.
He's behind the Beetlejuice. So it's an 80s. It's all 80s stuff. Everything on there is an 80s movie or an 80s thing, like Rubik's Cube on here.
Sweet.
And yeah.
Sweet. Yeah. Again, my story with tattoos. Got my first one like 4 years ago, and yeah, it's not gonna stop. Thing with tattoos, yeah. I think the hardest part about them is trying to figure out what to get. You know, I think that's like the most challenging part. It's like, what am I gonna get? What am I gonna do? And then you think so much, like, you know, months go into like a thought of a tattoo, and then you just get it. You know.
I have so for me, I thought for a while for that sleeve, but if I do another one, it's gonna be Lego Indiana Jones and Star Wars most likely.
Nice, nice. Indiana Jones, yeah, that's a good idea.
I thought about putting Indiana Jones up here on the shoulder with the whip on the back of the shoulder with the whip coming over. So have like the Lego whip coming over the shoulder, but him hanging on the back, like hanging on a thing.
I'm here like I wish I had space. I'm over here like where do I get this? You know.
I'll only do certain. I won't do my neck. I won't do my hands. I won't do that type of stuff.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, all due respect to Mom. Hi, Mom. I know she's probably watching, but yeah.
Hi, Mom.
And then they tell me, you know, don't get your head, you know, tattooed, and I'm like, you know, I'm a lover of the art, you know, but as far as I feel you. As far as like the neck and neck, yeah.
And some of them they look great. It's just not. It's just sometimes when you have this full neck thing, it looks like they're wearing a turtleneck all the time or something. Or
yeah.
So
and then BFB, that's you, correct?
That's my cell phone. I was trying to show the city, but it's a mess right now with stuff everywhere. So I have an elevated city. And actually, if I just take the camera,
I'm over here like I wasn't sure if it was just.
So you can see like it's all the different modulars are in there. Can you still see it?
Yeah. Oh man, that's sweet.
And then the Spider-Man bridge, I put 2 of them together to make a bridge between the. Again, I can't get to everything, but.
Oh wow.
Yeah, there's a ton of stuff going on in there.
Wow. Nice.
It's big. I built this platform. It's probably it's like 13 feet wide by 6 feet deep, but it's got 2 levels, so there's a train that's going to be running on. A train runs underneath it.
Okay, you said 12 foot.
12 feet wide, like from that side of the wall to from that side of the room is 12 feet, and then it goes 6 feet deep.
Oh, okay. All right.
There's 2 little spots, if I can get to show you right here. There's one of them where I can. Where's my camera? There's a spot where I can crawl up to get inside over here. A place I can stand. Same over there. There's another spot next to on the right of the windmill where there's a spot where I can crawl under the table and come up in the city just so I can work on it.
That's heavy. That's heavy. I like that. I had mine was 10 foot by 5.
10 by 5,
yeah. And that's only because, you know, I didn't have more space.
Yep, and that's
to be a problem. You know, like you could the funniest story with me and LEGOMasters, you know, last summer it was Prime Week, And I remember I so wanted a Lego train motor, and I got one through Lego.com.
Yeah.
Long story short, I specifically remember running to like a Target, 20 minutes away, and I literally bought all their train tracks. So I could, create like this elaborate train setup, but my room in my attic at the time just wasn't big enough. So that just,
I think that
so then I end up sitting, with this box of like train tracks, like I did this setup of only 10 foot by 5, when I really wanted to do, like a 24 by,
yeah.
Yeah.
That's the problem with most people, though, is that you don't have the room.
We don't. Yeah. Correct.
You don't have the room, and so many things that you want to do, and I'm just gonna move this over here.
I mean, that setup is just phenomenal. I mean, you can put that camera anywhere. That's a nice baby Yoda. I like that one.
I'm moving that over there. He's the mascot. He hangs out in the room because if there's nobody with me, I want some. My friend Steve that you met on the live stream we did before. He built that off of looking at another guy that made one and then kind of improved upon it.
Nice.
So that was it was nice of him because he after building it he almost said that he was gonna go out and buy another box, give me the Yoda box, and say, here you go, and you build your own now.
Oh, okay.
Well, he didn't do that.
So it didn't come in instructions. That's what you're saying. So you had to just fully base it off looking at the box.
That was based off looking off of someone else who made that from that other Yoda UCS, the one that came out last year.
That's a good job. I mean, that's nice.
And it was so some other guy, Wilson, I'll give him his name, Wilson Dew. He's a nice guy. I talked to him a little bit afterwards because I was telling him, I asked him for instructions. He didn't have any. So I said, well, my friend's going to base his design of Yoda off of yours. And so I gave him credit that, obviously we looked at that, but then he just redesigned the whole thing.
Nice. So, how about you? Do you have your own mocks or any?
I have, the mocks I have, I can grab, I don't know if you've seen, actually, I'll just grab the camera.
I don't.
Well, one of them that I've been working on and redesigned was this aquarium here. Let me take the stuff off the top of it first because there's a bunch of junk everywhere. So I had the Lego Zoo that I had at Philly Brick Fest, and it won an award last year, the Dystopian Zoo. It's kind of a vertical zoo with an elevator in the center.
Nice.
But I'm redesigning this fish tank here. I guess call it a fish tank. I don't know. But it's a big aquarium, and inside actually there's a light for it. Which I don't know if the light's powered, but I'm redoing the zoo and kind of made a walkthrough, so you can actually enter the middle of this. You can go into the center of the aquarium, and the visitors could look inside, look at the fish from the inside.
Wow, that is rad. Oh yeah.
And it has lights, and if I can get the lights on, it looks cool. And let's see if I can get those on.
Yeah, you can do that while I get this Gatorade.
I hear I got some Gatorade with me here too.
Yeah, I'm over here like I don't want to be coughing. Oh. And that's the other thing, right? We were scheduled to do Philly Brick Fest. When was it? Last weekend.
Yeah. Here you go. Now you got some lights in there. You can kind of see a little better.
Wow. Oh man, that is nice.
Yeah, it's I've seen some people who saw my design of the Lego, the way I did the aquarium, and they copied it, which is fine.
Now, let me guess, you're gonna throw that new turtle in there if you haven't already.
I haven't put him in there yet. I actually ordered a couple of them off Bricklink so I can get more of them.
Okay.
And also that new Manta Ray, which comes out in the summer.
Yeah, that would be a good addition to that. Oh man, yeah.
I'm trying to think of ways to make more coral, and one thing I saw some people use for like anemones and stuff is like the hairbrushes, the purple hairbrushes and the blue hairbrushes. They kind of use them as like decorative stuff inside of a aquarium, so I might steal that idea.
Where do I actually have these.
He has you beat, Brian? Who has me beat? I see a comment here. My friend of mine said, you beat me. I don't know. Oh, with the tattoos, because you have so many more tattoos.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, me, I only have one, and I keep thinking, I'm like, I want another Lego tattoo. I'm just not too sure what to get. It's funny that you mentioned like that coral. I went to the Lego store out in King of Prussia. I mean, that's the closest one that I have. And in the Pick a Brick wall, they had this neat element, and I've been trying to,
Okay, yeah.
figure out, which neat way to, keep using this element. And talking about coral, I'm like, yeah, that would be a good idea.
Yeah. This is one of the types of things that I did for the zoo. They're all individual 16 by 32 enclosures, and each one of them is a different. Let me bring it up to the other camera, maybe. So this one's full of cats. I don't know if did I show you this? I might have showed some people this, but it's got a cave in there. If I spin it around, you can see, and different cats, and each one of these fits. Yeah, so there we go.
So this is gonna be part of like a bigger world, or
bigger as a zoo. So it used to be a vertical.
Yeah,
it was a vertical zoo, and they were kind of stacked, like one here, one over here, on a wooden plant stand. Then I covered the plant stand, but I'm trying to do a new design. Is going to be they're kind of cantilevered, like they all fold up together. When you're done with it, you can just close them all up.
That's a good idea.
There's a guy that made this kind of a Chinese. It's called like a Chinese. I don't know. It's this weird box that has like multiple levels, and it all folds together.
Okay.
And I want to do that idea. I want to do that idea with the zoo, and then have the aquarium at the bottom of it, or in front of it. I'm not sure. That the new treehouse, the Creator treehouse.
Yeah.
So that I've been wiring up with lights, and that actually sits on top of this aquarium. I built a bait on the top of this coral in the aquarium. There's a spot to slide that right on top, so it sits like it locks in place on top of the aquarium.
Nice.
So it's kind of like the aquarium at the bottom, and this tree at top. It's just a weird design, something different. But
and I'm over here like, I can't wait for the month of May or the month of April to end. I can't wait for the month of May to start. And I'm over here thinking, what new ideas or what, I could create. And I'm over here like, let me do a toy store, but you got me beat. You did an aquarium. I'm like, I'm about to just switch my whole thing, and
My thing is, besides doing like modular buildings, my favorite is the zoo. Like I like doing the zoo and animals. I collect all the animals. I have the goats, the rare animals, and everything. So I try to. That's what I like to do a lot of. So
sweet.
Yeah, and the aquarium is fun with the So my friend Luke, he helped me. I had a different mosaic. I kind of designed this like wave design out of like a side build, which was actually complicated as I thought it would be. Just to make like a wave for the front of the aquarium, so silly stuff.
I mean, it looks rad.
Thanks. And that shark I have at the front is actually the one from the Silent Mary from the Pirates of the Caribbean.
Is it like octagon? What is it? 6-sided? 8?
This is well, technically it's 8, but it's not really octagon because these sides of my finger's covering it. You see the shape there.
Yeah.
So it's 8 sides.
I mean, it looks rad.
And actually in the back, this is really cool. If I can get this on camera, these are all based off of if I can show you this, it's a tower at the back of jellyfish.
Wow.
The jellyfish are the little clear, translucent, like chef hats. They look like chef hats, but they're pink and they're translucent. And so in the aquarium in Mystic, Connecticut has an aquarium, and they have a jellyfish tube, and that's where I got the idea for that tube of jellyfish over there. So much better.
I've been there.
You have?
Yeah, I've been to that aquarium in Connecticut. Oh yeah, when I was a kid. That's actually a real rad idea, Brian. I mean, shoot.
Thank you.
I'm like surprised. Well, I mean, has Lego done an aquarium? I'm like,
not that I know of. I mean, maybe they did something in Duplo. I don't know, but I know because Duplo has so many more animals, but I don't know if they've done an aquarium. I'm
like, yeah, I'm over here thinking, like, has Lego done an aquarium before? And I mean, that's actually, it's actually even cooler, that we're talking about it. Just the idea, just keeping ideas flowing on, what to do and what you know, what's left, you know, to create. Obviously,
Yeah.
there's just a lot more to create, you know.
And that's why, like, anytime there's a new animal, I'm always excited about that, because I built
Yeah.
my own hippo because they don't have a hippo, and I wanted a hippo in my zoo. They have a Duplo one, but that's not what I wanted. So
You like build I'm guessing, you know, with how many pieces, you know, I'm
what's
gonna
that?
guess that much. But like you literally build the hippo.
Yeah, well, I'll show you because it's kind of
Yeah.
it's funnier if you see it.
I mean, yeah, now you got me thinking. You're actually right. I haven't seen a Lego hippo.
So these hippos, I'm cheating because there's no bottom to them, but they there's a baby and there's a mother, and I always thought that one of these pieces looked like a hippo face, but you can see the two hippos there.
Okay, I dig it. All right, I dig it.
Yeah, so this is another one of the zoo enclosures. It's got bamboo and an island with gizmos.
Yeah. All
But
right.
yeah.
You said that those are 16 by 32.
Yeah, so there's a base plate. I have a ton of the 16 by 32 base plates. They're in dark gray. I bought like 50 of them.
Okay.
So I created like a standard size. I'm like, well, they're all gonna be, because I was making like originally I had a zoo and it was just like, okay, one enclosure was this big, one was this big. I wanted to make them standard so I could do some sort of stacking or some sort of other way to do a zoo, because otherwise it's a big flat zoo and I didn't want flat anymore.
Okay. And then again, talking about the space, you know, it's like, where are we going to put, you know, 50, 16 by 32?
Yeah, so each one of them has that, but that actually is a removable part because beneath that is actually two like 16 by 16 plates that I then lock together.
Okay.
With like 2 by 6 plates to connect it all together. So the insert, each of the exhibits, the floor can actually come up. The whole thing could come out if I didn't lock it to the walls. So I could change. I could change the exhibit if I wanted to something else pretty quickly. It's like modular zoo.
You know, even me, I have my pets. Yeah, like I'm real. When it comes to like that sorting process, yeah, like I keep the pets, you know, like pets out. I keep the minifigures, you know, minifigures and stuff like that. Yeah, this is great. I'm here, like, you know, thinking, man, you know, instead of keeping all my pets, you know, like in a sorted bag, you know, now I'm here thinking, like, yeah, I mean, let's do. Wow, why didn't I think of that? That's a good idea. Word.
I'm glad I could inspire, because you know.
Yeah, I'm over here thinking for the month of May, you know, I wanna see if I could each month, you know, just inspire and get that motivation, you know, to create, you know, like that one mock or two or three.
I'd be lucky.
Yeah, for this next month for May, I bought some Lego stickers from the Lego store.
Yeah.
Not too sure what series it is, but that one has like transit, and it has like those bakery icon stickers and stuff like that. And pizzeria ones too. So
one of my favorites.
Yeah, I'm drawing like the inspiration from that to do like a toy store.
Oh, cool. So we were at the convention and I wanted to do something fun. You know, they were all based again on that same time, like that same 16 by 32.
Yeah.
So this is, you like Ninja Turtles?
Oh yeah, I do.
So this is a Ninja Turtle lair. It's got the little like sewer type entrance in the front. And then it's got a pipe dripping some of the ooze. And then it has pizzas everywhere and splinters in the Master Splinter, and a couple of the turtles are sitting in there.
Nice.
That's same footprint of like 16 by 32.
I did. Well, I don't know if you've. Well, I'm sure you've caught that city, that big city that's always in the background.
Yeah.
That city, actually, the subway. There's a subway under it, and every single section, it's 16 by 16 plate. I'm not too sure how many bricks high it is. I'm thinking it's like between 13 and 15.
Okay.
Just because in between, you know, you have those plates, you know, and they just add up.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, for you sharing that, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, Mark, yeah, I'm gonna show you some too. I like that. I like, you know, just drawing that sort of inspiration. You know, I'm here like, you know, not knocking the one that Legos came out with. You know, like the layer that they did, but I'm like, yours is like way cool. You know, it's like, you know. So yeah, I'm glad that they do that, and I'm starting to get that with like the Minions, the new Minions that just came out. I was actually holding the one Minion, and I'm here thinking of like changing up the layer and stuff like that.
Yep.
Going back to that, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, like those sets, you know, when I got them, you know, what was it, like 8 years ago? The
Probably.
first ones that came out.
Yep.
I felt the same way. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just take this box, you know, I'm gonna build it. But then, you know, you just start finding that, you know, creative, your own individual way on how to like remake it. But yeah, thank you for sharing that. And I'll make sure to do the same.
Well, thank you.
I have like, I think it's like 8 or 9, 16 by 16, you know, sections of the subway.
Damn.
What do you think of the new Harry Potter sets that are coming out June or summer? Correct? I think summer.
Yeah, it's summer. Yeah, summer in June and July, and some of them are later. From what I looked at, but I like again, more animals, but they're translucent. They has the translucent otter, and
again, you know, that those elements. Not to cut you off, I'm so sorry. Those sort of elements, you know, just possess that, you know, story. It's like, you know, there's so much that you could do with just one element. But yeah, keep going. Sorry.
So I like all the Harry Potter stuff. So anytime I see something new, especially the figures, especially the minifigures.
Yeah.
So I always end up, even though sometimes I don't necessarily like the build, I end up buying the set because I want the minifigures.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's happened.
And a lot of times you get a set that comes out and there's like one exclusive minifigure, and you'll see people selling just the fig for like $30. I'm like, well, then I might as well buy the set and have the extra pieces too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You know, people ask me, you know, well, how do you buy Lego sets? And you know, I've been the type that I've bought Lego boxes and I solely just took the instructions and just chucked them over my shoulder. You know, I'm like, you know what? We don't need these for this box, you know.
Yeah.
And I've also bought like multiple. You know, people are like surprised. I'm like, well, this is like my 5th time buying this box, and they're like, well, wait a minute, don't you need one? And I'm like, well, technically, yeah, you need just one box. You know, if you just want that, but you know, I'm going for this piece, and they're like, so you're gonna buy a whole box just for one piece? And I'm like, well, yeah, that's, you know, well, that's what a fan's about, you know.
I did that when
So yeah, I feel you on that.
I did that when the Pirates of the Caribbean, they did the brickhead. It's a little pirate. It's a pirate brickhead. I don't know if it's from Pirates of the Caribbean, but it has a little. He's got I guess it's his belt, and it looks like a piece of bacon. It's white with a red stripe in the middle of it.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can picture it, but
I can.
It looks like a piece of bacon, so that's why I ended up buying the set, because I wanted the pieces of bacon.
And then again, you know, the best thing with Lego is that they just come out with new elements. I think that's what drives me. You know, I get sets, you know, based off, you know, like the elements and, you know, what new cool part they have. I remember in the show, you know, me being on my phone, you know, when we were offset or in the trailer, and I'm, you know, running to somebody like, hey, did you guys see this new part element? And they're like, no. And, you know, but, you know, that sort of stuff just makes it, you know, makes it just cooler, you know, just anticipating new Lego pieces, new Lego elements. You know, I'm really on that.
That's really cool that they did that you had access to like new pieces that aren't out yet.
Did we? You know what? when I was doing Adventure Mountain,
Yeah.
I actually pulled Boone aside because we were trying to figure out.
Here, my stupid speaker. Hold on. Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me? Can you hear me? I can hear you.
All right. Yeah, this thing's been driving me nuts today for some reason. There we go. I can hear you again.
All right. So yeah, when we were at the show, we did have 3 million pieces at our disposal, but I'm trying to see if I could find it now. When I was doing Adventure Mountain, we were trying to get the top part to spin, but
Yeah.
I mean, I literally went through the whole pit, and I asked. I mean, I think Mark asked me like once or twice, where one piece was at. By like the third, fourth day, or at least by like the second episode, we
Yeah.
already had like an idea of like where things were at,
Yep.
But that first challenge was just a doozy. Just because you have something in mind, you want to build this thing, and then you have these elements that you're thinking about. Yet again, for whatever reason they just weren't there. And one of those was this piece, this 2x4, round. You can see it.
Oh
This
yeah.
one,
That's.
and it's actually just flat. It's
Oh,
it's
that's the. They use
the
that for like.
plating.
I think they use
It's,
that like sometimes with trucks when you want to connect the truck trailer to the cab or something.
or if you want to make something flush spin on top of this,
Oh yes, yes.
So when we were doing Adventure Mountain, and then when my dad's asked me, well, Manny, are you gonna make it spin? And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna make it spin. I literally spent like a good 5 full minutes, just trying to find this one element while they were in the middle of like all the other round,
Oh,
couldn't
gee,
find it.
that's
Yeah,
funny. I think I have one of those in this. Speaking of that, this is a hamburger stand.
I've seen that. Yeah, that's real nice.
I think this those pieces you just showed me. I think is at the bottom of this because it needed to sit somehow, and I believe that's what I put at the bottom of that, something like that.
So when we're there, and the piece is not there, it's like, you have to then figure out, how you're going to make it work without that one piece, which usually takes, like, I don't know, 5 to 8 pieces just to make it work,
Yep.
But again, I think the best part was, just having all those pieces sorted. And that's where I'm at with like everything. I mean, I have this, and that's the other thing. It's like, I bought this sorting case, and it's like I have this one tray, and I mean, you already see what's up. This is just, a multitude of just wedges, just one by one pieces, circle pieces, and I'm like, do I want to sort this, Brian? Do I really want to sort this?
No.
You're right.
You want to see?
But, when it comes to like the organization and trying to get, most important thing is like the clarity, like just seeing the project, the mock through,
Yeah.
From start to finish. There shouldn't be, there could be hiccups. There could be, certain, things that interrupt, but that could just be, new ideas that you want to create on. But yeah, all this talk, I think Lego Masters did teach me, to become a Lego Master, you just have to have your bricks organized. It's just,
Here's one problem here for that. Speaking of that, is this bin here, which is probably 2.5 feet long, like a foot and a half wide.
I have one of those.
Not sorted, and then where's the other one? They're everywhere. There's stuff everywhere. There's just stupid boxes of stuff everywhere. And these stacks here are actually sorted, stuff that actually is sorted mostly. And then that
It's
wall over there,
room.
that wall over there is all sorted trays.
Sorted trays. Those ones. That's the victory. We got those, you know.
And labeled too. They're actually I got labels on most of them.
Okay.
So that was yeah.
I like that aquarium. That's a good idea. That actually gives me, you know, something to think on. Because again, it's like I got my own city, you know, I have my own setup, you know, and it's like, you know, you start thinking of like, man, what am I missing? You know, what can I do? So I like that aquarium idea a lot.
Yeah, I'd like to see what some other people come up with for ideas for the aquarium, you know.
Now you recently purchased through Bricklink?
I always do. I have
Okay.
recently. Why?
Just asking because pick a brick, you know, through Lego.com is actually, you know, kind of tough.
They're expensive.
Yeah.
I find pick a brick a lot more expensive for even like some simple pieces where I'll find them on Bricklink. I'll get like a couple hundred of them. It'll be like 4 cents, 5 cents a piece, and they're
okay.
6 or 7 cents on Lego. Sometimes 10 cents, and I'm like, I'm not spending 10 cents on a cheese slope.
Yeah.
You know, a piece like this, like a cheese slope piece that's sitting on top of that. I don't want to spend 10 cents for that. I try to find them for like depending on the color, but
I'm here thinking, you know, like I'm looking at your aquarium. So you use what are they? 5x6, the clear blue top.
The windows?
Yeah.
They're so are they 4x6, I believe. 4x6. I know they're 4, and they're tall. Actually, I don't even know what size they are.
So yeah, I'm here thinking, you know,
and then
if I was to jump on it, I mean, yeah, I normally before I always, you know, just did it through Lego.com, you know, through pick a brick. I recently figured out Bricklink like a year or two ago.
Yeah, it's not the simplest especially if you're new to Bricklink. Yeah, it can be tricky. I mean, I've used it for 4 years, so I know how to navigate most of it.
Yeah, I mean, I look at it and sometimes I'm over here like, did I order this thing right? Did I order right?
So one thing I would recommend if you don't talk to a seller, sometimes I'll check off the instant checkout, so then it'll show me the shipping cost automatically, as opposed to like submitting one and then they're like, oh, your shipping's $30. So sometimes I'll ask what the shipping is and wait for a response. Other times they have like instant checkout. It'll calculate the shipping automatically.
Okay.
And I'll also sort. I usually sort by highest quantity because they tend to have the lower prices. I used to try to stay just US, but I usually get, even with the shipping, I usually find cheaper stuff overseas. So I have a big order coming in. I'm doing another mosaic, and the mosaic's coming. I have 1,300 pieces. No, 3,000 pieces, I think, come from this guy in Germany. There's a lot of pieces. I can forget how many pieces, but it's a huge order. And and the other thing is I want to get the most from one person as opposed to like 10 sellers.
Yeah.
So I try to limit if I can, if the prices are good. Otherwise, I'll shop around. But
okay.
It can be time consuming, but it ends up saving in some cases a lot. There's this one guy in Portugal. He's got this. I don't know. It always comes up in the results as a store, but his prices are insane. You'll see like 1x2 bricks, and they'll be like 75 cents a piece. And I'm like, you're high. So I don't know what it is. And so I never buy from him. I think I blocked the store so I don't see it. You'll know what I'm talking. If you start using it, you'll know what I'm talking about because it's a Portugal site and it's always there, but the prices are like not anywhere near anybody else's. So I don't know who's buying from him, but.
And again, we're basing the price from Lego.com first, correct?
I do, but most times I'd say nine times out of 10, I find them cheaper online on Bricklink.
And Lego did buy Bricklink, correct?
Yeah, I know.
Or they didn't, or what was that news?
They did, and they're slow. They took away. You cannot you can't buy any custom parts on there anymore. So like chrome plated parts. stuff like that. But everything else so far hasn't changed.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So
And
you won't find
then-
like the guys that do the chrome hats and the army stuff. Anything that's non-Lego pieces that they're selling. You know, that they custom pieces. They're not there anymore.
Yeah. Again, I came to find out about Bricklink, like a year and a half ago. And I bought a pirate set, and again, it was like the third day, and I'm like, you know what? Did I order this thing right? Did I, get this right? And then I did the show too, end of last year, and then I came back, to reality, and again, I'm like slowly just trying to work, with the sorting,
Yep. I
talk to people, and we all agree. I mean, it's safe to agree that this is just like a never-ending process, but I think it just makes it more fun. You just start rummaging around, through pieces, filling up pieces, and that's how you start drawing up some inspiration.
I think part of that because I'll see a piece like the hippo, the little baby hippo. I always saw that little piece that looked like, to me, it always looked like a hippo. And I finally ordered a bunch of them, and that's how I ended up with I stuck some googly eyes on it just to make it cute, and put it in the thing. And a lot of people are like, oh, I love the hippo. Where's that from? And I'm like, it's just two pieces I stuck together.
And then that aquarium is it finished, or are you still working on it?
It's for the most part finished. I'm always tweaking it, adding a little more stuff here, and like creating the different levels. So you have some fish on one level with like a translucent rod holding from the middle, so I can like have them look like they're floating.
Sweet.
So for the most part, the aquarium outside is done. I got to figure out what I'm going to do to decorate the land around the outside of it on the ground. But
yeah, that's like the other challenge.
Yeah, and this is a redo from the original aquarium, which was a lot boxier. This one I just went with the big round, as you saw, the tank, but not the whole like. There is no like other part of the aquarium. It's just a tank, and you can look at it from the inside with that tunnel, or you can be on the outside and look at it.
Okay.
Yeah. And then that giant treehouse goes on top of it, which sounds weird, but I'm gonna wrap some roots, like the roots of the tree, are gonna wrap around the sides of a little bit of the aquarium to kind of like make it like I don't know, it's an organic structure. I don't know how to describe it.
Yeah, it sounds, yeah. That's why I asked if it was like octagon or what shape it was, because you could probably create a lot outside.
So you need the window pieces, but you also need a lot of hinges, the tons of hinges, and that's how it's connected to the base plate.
I think I have some here if you need some.
The hinges are important, and tiles underneath it, because you want to have it. I wanted it to lock to the base plate, because before I did it, there was a gap between the bottom because of the hinges created a weird angle, so I couldn't sit on the base plate. So now it rests on tiles on the angled part, and on the straightaway part there is another layer of like plate, like a 1x8 plate or whatever it is underneath. I'll show you if I can get close enough here.
Oh yeah, I see it. I see them.
It sits on a plate, but then it sits on a tile there because that part's raised with the hinge, and then this part is one lower, that blue strip right there.
Yeah, I see it. Rad. If you could, you could only go up with that.
Yeah, that's my Pop-Tart. Did you see that? I don't know if I showed you guys the.
That's a Lego Pop-Tart.
Strawberry Pop-Tart, yeah.
And my dad's famous word, holy tomato. Holy tomato. That's neat. I'm like, you really got a Pop-Tart on the workstation? No, that's a Lego Pop-Tart. Wow.
I was joking about something with my friend Steve, and we said we were going to do a challenge against the LEGOMasters and do a food thing, but nobody did it, so I had made one though.
Wow.
So.
Wow.
And that's one of those things. What's that?
I said, it gives me an idea. I'm here like, I should create toast.
There you go. Yeah, I like some of the stuff. Have you ever seen the video where these people have like they'll crack an egg and it will be a Lego piece and it'll turn into Lego, and then they'll put it in a fry pan and they.
Oh yeah, I saw that video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. And there's another guy who builds a wooden duck. He builds it so you have him in the workshop. He takes a saw and he cuts the wood, and then the two pieces come apart. It's all it's cool.
Nice.
You'd have to look it up on YouTube. It's like Lego stop motion wooden duck or something like that. I don't know what it's called, but
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, with that aquarium, I mean, you just gave me an awesome idea. I'm over here like, what is my next build for the month of May?
It's scary because you were on Lego.
I'm over here thinking about a toy store. I'm
thinking about, I don't know what I'm thinking about. Besides, I have to work on my zoo still, and then make a little more details in the aquarium. But I like add the turtle in. There's that Manta Ray coming out in July in the summer sets. Also, it's a Manta Ray and a new hammerhead shark.
Did I see that one?
Yeah, it's funny looking. It's got like bubble head. It sticks out on the sides, but it's like three like bubbles like these. They look like not like fists, but kind of like that's the shape of them. There's like three of them to make the head.
For what theme? What theme are they going to be?
It's just summer underwater.
Okay.
I don't have it saved anywhere. Otherwise, I would like post a picture in here. But
I mean, I saw one picture of it. Is that real? That Lego Lamborghini?
Which one?
It's like a bigger one. It's like just the size of
I think so.
The Bugatti.
I think that is a new one. Yes.
That's another one I have like my eyes on.
Then there's some weird monkeys theme coming out.
Yeah, I did see that. Some school bus that looked rad.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, I was thinking those too.
I'm thinking that's something related to, I think it's a show or some theme in Japan or something. Like it's a cartoon or something somewhere else, and they're bringing a set to it, and apparently obviously it'll come here too.
Nice. Yeah, just it's the best thing with Lego. It's like, the new sets to look forward to.
Yeah.
All the new sets.
Yeah.
I have this one piece here. Funniest thing, when I was on the show, and when and if I got to the Mega City Challenge, I have this one piece here that I was actually gonna, not to take away, he built a phenomenal piece. I mean, Tyler, he's just a genius. But I'm drawing the same sort of inspiration just by this technique piece, just to have, hopefully have, if I have any plates, hopefully have the plates, like coming out each end, and just making like a 3-sided building. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's
again, the one box, that has all the cool pieces, you just gotta keep this one in there.
Mel just said hi or yo. See,
Mel, what's up, brother?
He I like Mel. I've known him for 4 years now.
Nice. Yeah, me and Mel chopped it up a few times. Hotel. I mean, even even on set, Mel and Jermaine, they brought it. Yeah, very competitive. I mean, the guys are just they're phenomenal, both of them.
Oh,
together
it was hilarious.
both.
I'm sorry, yeah. It was hilarious. I was gonna say it was hilarious with when they were, was it them making fun of Tyler and Amy or something?
I mean, yeah. Yeah. I love those guys. I mean, we all got along great. I have to give it up, for whoever in casting, for Fox or for the show, that got all these, individuals together. I mean, we were just phenomenal. We were just like a family. So yeah, shout out to Mel, Jermaine, shout out to everyone.
Yeah, yep. It was and it's cool because the community becomes so small, and you if you're in the Lego community, you meet people and you have friends with people that you wouldn't have. And even like I said, I mean, you're on LEGOMasters. I knew Boone and I knew Mel and I knew Jermaine before, but I've never met you in person. But we, I mean, we're all in the same
Yeah.
common interests, and so.
Yeah. And again, I would say, you know, in my defense, I do hair. You know, I've been doing hair for over 15 years. So yeah, again, in my defense, you know, I'm more career oriented. I see you, brother. I see.
How did I do?
I mean, you did good. I mean, if you was any closer, man, I'll fade you up. But
I wish I could have it faded better, but yeah.
again, with that, I'm very career oriented. You know, I stick to my clients, and you know, I'm up to par with that. Lego has always been, you know, the hobby in me. You know, do I wish I had more time? You know, with Legos, of course. You know, I wish I had, you know, all day.
I hear you on that.
Yeah. And then, I mean, real quick story with me and LEGOMasters, you know, because people do ask, and it's this. I actually started my Lego Instagram, Viva underscore Lego, in the summer of 2018, and then
Really? Yeah.
I told myself that I really wanted to showcase off, you know, my mocks and, you know, all these builds that I had, not with the thought that, you know, it will land me on a TV reality show. So again, long story short, you know, I started my Instagram page in 2018 in the summer, and then in July of 2019, you know, I get a DM from, you know, a casting associate for the show, telling me, you know, that I would do great, you know, and that I should audition for the show. And I'm
Nice.
over here like, you know, this is a hobby, you know, I'm not in the. And then Flint and Richard, they're very special to me, just because they were a table in front of me for final casting.
Yep.
So to be and share the experience with them, you know, since the beginning was just amazing, you know. And I remember telling them, I'm like, well, you know what? We are just so, well, I'm so used to building, you know, like in the comfort of my living room. And I think it was a friend that was like, you know what, Manny, same thing, you know, like me and Richard, we just throw ourselves in the living room, you know, there's this certain comfort, you know, of you just doing recreational leisure, but when you're placed, you know, in like a competitive, you know, you got to compete.
Yeah.
And you got to, you know, like maybe trip somebody to get to like the brick pit, because you need these 16 by 16 plates. So, you know, if somebody goes out and so that sort of competitiveness and that sort of drive, I think made us all better, you know. With that being said, yeah, I can thank LEGOMasters. The whole experience was just amazing. And then it also gives other Lego enthusiasts, you know, that same drive. Like, you know what? You don't have to be in a reality show. You could just challenge yourself, push yourself, you know.
Yeah.
Find it in you. You know, I tell people, you know what? Legos come with instructions. I think it's not hard following instructions. It's harder going against. It's
Yes.
harder, you know, watching the Lego movie and it's like, well, I don't get it. It's like, what do you mean you don't get it? You're supposed to be like a free spirit, free thinking. You know, you have to find like that inner master build in you.
Yeah.
But regardless, all that being said, the show, yeah, did teach me, you know, so many things. Oh my God. The sorting, that was like the first, that's the first.
I've had so many people, especially for the first one, ask me about if I was going to be on LEGOMasters. I'm like, well, no, I'm not. I said I could apply for season 2, but I did have the
you should.
A manager of the Lego store near me actually gave my name to the casting people because they called him and said, "Do you know people?" And he gave them my name, and they called my friend Luke, and Luke answered their questions wrong, and so they never called him back. They're like, "Oh, do you have a second person?" And I guess he said no, and I'm like, I kind of smacked them. I'm like, really, dude? Like, how did you not?
Oh man.
So so they never called him back, and they didn't call me at all. If they did, I would have said either me and Steve or me and Luke would have been great.
I mean, you should have just showed him your sleeve. You should have just been like, you know what?
Yeah, when I was in San Diego Lego was there, and they took pictures of me. because they liked, and my sleeve wasn't even finished then, and the ladies like, oh, we got to get these pictures and we'll put them up on here and there. I'm like, but I never hear from these people. Like, I know a lot of people in the Lego community. I know some like master builders that are in Connecticut, and I've been there a couple times and to the headquarters there, but it doesn't really get me too far. I do know a lot of people. I do know a lot of them. My picture for the show in the thumbnail, if you looked at it, was me holding Emmett. That's the Emmett that was in the original Lego movie. That's the one that you remember Emmett bouncing around the table in the basement, the little one bouncing on the table.
Yeah.
So that's the actual figure from the movie. He had the guy in Connecticut has it at his desk.
What?
Yeah, so I thought that was cool to take a picture with.
You know, I'm to be honest, even myself, I'm surprised. You know, I am an enthusiast. I mean, I love Lego, obviously. They asked me too. They were like, you know what, Manny, this is like a joint. You know, you have to bring a partner in. And at the time, you know, again, I've done Lego, you know, by myself, you know, just like on my rec time, on my downtime. But the second person that I did call was my dad.
Yeah.
And, you know, him being my dad, he was. I think that had a lot to do with it too. Brian, was the fact that my dad co-signed. My dad was like, "Well, F it, I'm with it. I'm with you, Manny." And I'm like, "Okay, Dad, way to go." So I mean, he does defend himself. You know, with the grandkids, you know, my daughters and stuff like that. Whenever they go over, you know, we have a bin of Legos over there. But when it came down to doing like organic or original builds, like my dad's not about that, but he was there, you know, just to follow those instructions, just to follow my lead.
Yeah.
Like, listen, Pop, you know, if you could just get these pieces, put them up like this, you know, and you do show him A, B, and C, he'll make it to the last letter of the alphabet. I think, yeah, if it wasn't for my dad, I probably wouldn't have made it on the show. I'll be honest, you know, because it was actually both of us, you know. There was actually times, well, yeah, I'll say it now because it's after the show. Production even came up to us, you know, certain times, and they were like, you mind if you and your dad could keep it down with the Spanish, you know?" And I'm like, "Oh my God, what are we gonna do?" Because me and my dad, you know, we were just going back, you know, just saying, you know, Spanish and talking Spanish. So they picked up on that, and you know, we were always, again, it's a competition. We were always trying to be ahead, always trying to, you know, fight against the clock, you know, because you got this giant thing, you know, ticking over you.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think even for like the pro, you know, because even in final casting, you know, we had like this, like, well, yeah, you know, we got it in us to really compete, you know, but then we're really competing and we're scratching our heads, and it's like, man, you know, Mark, but you know, Mark was my guy, you know, I always was with Mark. So, you know, I was like, Mark, man, you know, what should we do with this? How could we go about that? So again, even amongst ourselves, even being placed there, we're still like, hey, you know, that sort of stuff, you know. So, I think it's safe to say now, and I tell this to my dad, because my dad, he was always like, well, Manny, you know, once you get finished, you know, working, why don't you come by the house so we could, you know, practice, and maybe we could, you know, do like, you know, a speed challenge or something towards that. And we did, but there was still no amount of preparation that would have gotten us ready.
Yeah.
You know, even I'd be honest, you know, Jamie, he set me back. Because the minute, you know, I walk in there and I see Jamie, I'm like, this is like Lego royalty here. It's like, you know, we try to imitate this guy, you know?
Yeah.
And then to have him there, like in your presence, oh, hey, Mandy, how you guys doing? And I'm over here like, hubba, 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 hubba. What am I going to say to this guy? So then, you know, you're building with Lego that we've been doing for so many years. But then you got these people there, you know, and not to mention the cameras, not to mention. So then the pressure is definitely on. I say all that. Again, humbling experience. You know, even at times where I'm like, you know what, Pop, we got this. You know, we got this. Nah, you know, you just have this like clock, and the clock is just tick, 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 tick.
I would have had trouble with some of that. Like some of your like the mechanical stuff, I don't do a lot of it, so I think that would have been pretty tough. Although my friend Steve would be awesome with figuring out any of it.
I think. Well, yeah. Again,
The moving stuff, any of the moving, like Boone was ridiculous with the moving part stuff.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna share this. The first day, or not even. I think the week prior, for us going on the show, they actually sent us a power-up kit that we had to take with us. So I mean, they mailed these power-up kits to our houses, to our homes, with the intention that we had to fly out with these power functions. So they actually gave us like 7 to 10 day, you know, to like brief ourselves and get, you know, acquainted with the power up functions. By no means was this a gift. This was just, you guys are gonna hold this down, you know, just to prep and stuff.
Yeah.
But we had to give it back. Now, I'd be honest, the only the first time that I got my hands, you know, with the power up was the Batmobile. But then again, they're sending you this packet of like the 3 motors, you know, the power hub, you know, the remote control, and then you're sitting there, you know, like, what am I gonna do with this, you know? And then you're gonna give me like 3 million pieces, and it's like, forget making the head move. I want to make the fingers curl, and I want to make, you know, the elbows move, and I want to make cheeks move and all this stuff.
Yeah.
But again, you got like a week to just prep yourself and stuff. I think we all, I mean, yeah, the first challenge was to have a power up or having something function. And I think the misinterpretation that a lot of people had with me and my dad the first episode was that people thought that the roller coaster was supposed to move. No, we made that obvious, and we stated that, you know, early in the build, that no, the power function was solely the waterfall and the spinning, you know, sign. So I say that because we made it work. You know, we had the G spinning.
I know, yeah.
And we all, I mean, we all figured it out. I mean,
that's interesting.
Case in point, you know, we all figured it out. But that power up, it is a doozy. You know, just to finish off with that rant, it is a doozy. So then, being there and just experiencing all that, and again, you know, that challenge with the power up, you know, if you didn't know what you were doing with those, you would have had a real hard time, you know, in that challenge.
I probably would have figured something out, but it would have been stressful, I'm sure. And what you said earlier, what I thought earlier, too, you said that your dad, like, you tell him what to put pieces where or how to build stuff. I almost thought that was the same way with like Tyler telling to me from like watching it from home. It looked like Tyler would tell Amy the same thing, like, Amy, you need to build this while I do this.
Well, they're married, you know.
I know.
My dad, he's married too. You know, so I think their dynamic was awesome. And you know, the first challenge to do Adventure Park, Tyler and Amy were actually right next to our workstation. And it actually took them 2 hours just to run to the brick pit to get pieces. So
really?
Their build was actually 13 hours because they took 2 hours just to plan, you know? And I tell this to people. I'm like, you know how hard it is for you to plan something with pieces that people are already going to get, like
Yeah, yeah,
15
yeah.
minutes before, half an hour before, an hour before. Like you're over here planning and trying to build something that there's potentially those pieces that you're planning for potentially might not be there. They're not going to be in that
Yep.
drawer.
Yep. Yeah, this is crazy. I mean,
So you know what? I think of the show and it's like Jamie and Amy, they really sought out to do what they wanted to do. And that was to push us. That's exactly what they did. They
yeah.
pushed us to that limit on, you know what? If you plan something with these pieces and then the pieces are not there, find it in you. You know,
Yeah.
and that's where I'm at now. You know, everything that I'm building now, I'm constantly thinking of like the whole thing through, you know, just start to finish, the whole build. Story, just, you know, movement, you know, all that.
Yep. Yep.
Technical, you know, builds, anything like that.
Well, I just looking at the time too. I should probably get off of here very shortly.
Yeah, yeah,
Because
I know. We were supposed to be on for an hour.
yeah, I got the wife now. Like, where are you? I'm like, I'm coming up there. I'm talking to Manny.
No problem, no problem. Listen, Brian, thank you for having me. This was amazing. We should actually see if we could do this again.
I definitely would love to do it again. We have to plan another time, like you said. Get your schedule in order, whatever you got. So
Definitely, definitely. Yeah, this was amazing. Thank you for your time. Thank you for the ideas too. I mean, that aquarium is something that I'm gonna be thinking on.
I want to see what
Definitely.
you I want to see what you come up with too. So maybe you can let me
Now
know.
to clean this stuff.
All
Jeez,
right.
I have it left over here. And find the space too. We gotta find the space.
Yep.
Brian, yeah, I'll send you a message shortly. Thank you so much for having me on. Yeah, wherever you at, just stay safe, stay warm.
You too. You too.
Don't let my dad catch you with that hat, bro. You're in trouble.
My
All
wife would
right.
my wife would love it if he stole it from me because she hates that I wear it all the time. But that's okay.
Oh man. Oh man. But yeah, send you a message shortly. I'll talk to you soon. Stay safe.
Awesome. Yep. You too.
All right, brother. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Signing off. What have you built today?